Hey there, gang. I wanted to do something today a little unique. In the industry, we talk about testimonials and things coming from clients to us, but I wanted to reach out and talk about a client that stands out to me as someone who exhibits what I think it means to be a fitness pro and not giving up with regard to certain circumstances that a person may or may not have in their lives. And I mean, her story, this is meet Sapir Zaharia. She's from Israel, and she came aboard NESTA. As you can see, she picked up several of the certifications. She also got herself involved with my course, the Physique and Figure Training Specialist course here at NESTA. Firstly, John has created a situation where people around the world are getting an opportunity to literally change their lives. And as I sit back and I watch and I've asked, Zapir to send a lot of information to me, I'm somewhat forced to reflect as I ask her these questions, to think about some of the things that's transpired in my journey that started literally as a boy. And, circumstances in our lives are really challenging, really tough. And this isn't about, my story so much as hers, but the similarity in stories that each of us as fitness pros have. And I'm finding right now at this particular time, this single craft, be it fitness, whether you're flipping tires, doing kettlebells, my thing is physique athletes, and we all come in different shapes and sizes, different backgrounds, and something about, Sapir stood out to me as I sat and thought about my own journey going to war at 20 years of age into another country, and where she is in the world and what goes on there. People in the U.S. can't even begin to comprehend, just the regular challenges that I hear about from trainers about not wanting to do this or do that. And, when you have a war and you have a situation in your country that's a little bit different than the day-to-day here in Southern California or possibly New York City or South Beach or anywhere in the U.S., it makes me take notice. And, I've struggled with a lot of different types of, bipolar disorder and ADHD and stress-related activities as a result of being in the military, and it's taken a long, long time to get through this. So, I decided to reach out to Sapir, and I looked at what she had done, and then when she took my course, and I said, well, what do you do? Where are you? And she told me the gym that she's in Israel. Next thing I know, I see she's here in Southern Cal. And she's come to, West Hollywood and, goes to a boxing gym and she learns some stuff there. And then she goes back to Israel and then she comes back to the U.S. She goes back to Israel, comes back to the U.S. And each time I'm, gathering a little intel about what she's doing to succeed as a trainer. Literally within 3 years, her life has changed so dramatically, where she's taking care of herself. She's, in her mid to late 20s. Dropped her body fat down, which, to some of us is no big deal. But you got to look at the bigger picture about what's going on. So now here she is in Israel, and in her gym, everybody else is just doing what they do because that's their normal. And if you've ever heard that story about frogs, cooking frogs in a pot on a stove, normal, if you're living in your day-to-day normal, you just take things for granted. You're living in your bubble. But imagine being in another bubble. And so she would send me pictures of, her life and what was going on. And I would see, in the background of the photo where she lives and, circumstances. And I'm real proud of her. I'm proud of the fact that she's been able to do what I don't see a lot of people do. Now she's come from another country to the U.S. That's a big shift. It's one thing to be in your gym, in your town, but to get on a plane, leave your country, go somewhere else, and really start stepping up and changing your life. And fitness is the common thread. And so I just wanted to take a minute to let Sapir know how proud I am of her. Thank John, one, for connecting us with my physique and figure training course, but all his courses, as you can see on the screen. I think there may be one or two more that she hasn't listed or completed yet. But I want to reach out like this. I have another young lady in Iran right now going through the process. And, and as you know, in some countries, it's not acceptable for women to step out of the categories that I see with the physique girls. So it's more than just the superficial thing about the body. It's the journey that our fitness lifestyle takes us all on. So I just wanted to put this out there and say how proud I am of Sapir. Even though we haven't physically met yet, it's really cool to see this. And if you could see me right now, I'm just like misty-eyed thinking about it, but it's cool. It's been a tough journey. And even for myself, coming up and seeing how much my life has changed. And it's, it's not about the money, the cars, the houses, all the cool stuff that goes on. All of that stuff is going to happen for all of you. You just got to stick with it. Don't stop. Keep going. Believe in yourself. Understand that this is a higher mission than just stuff that you can acquire from being a fitness professional. This is the effect you have on the world. So again, get after it, you guys. I'm going to put together another one of these for another client. I think she's doing outstanding as well. But good job, Sapir. Proud of you. Okay. And John, thanks, brother. This is quite an opportunity for everybody involved with NESTA and the other trainers around the world.